Ashby. Posture. So participants are coming slowly.
India, I think we can start. It's already 7:15.
Yeah, nobody has come. I mean,
Nidhi?
somebody.
Yeah, host normally Nidhi will be there.
I'm just waiting that if some
Yeah, from
preliminary.
Brainciti somebody should be there. Nidhi normally will take over.
I've just sent a WhatsApp message to Nayana.
Yeah, Naina can also.
Hi
Okay,
everyone.
Naina.
Actually, good evening everyone. I am down with fever and my laptop is also not there with me. So
Okay.
just give me a sec.
Yeah, please.
Nana is also out, so she just messaged.
Yeah, Naina is out.
Yeah, just hold on.
Good evening, guys. Apologies for the delay. There have been certain problems here and there within our team and how the coordination, but I'm really, really sorry for delay in the start. I hope you guys like. This is Yash. This is co-founder for Brainciti, and today, as you all know, we are on our 99th day of 100 days, 100 speakers, and it's been a privilege. Amazing journey of getting new speakers coming in speaking about different topics and all this sort of thing. Now, before we actually jump into what we do and what all things happen in Brainciti, I would really ask you guys to today we're going to be speaking about a really good topic. And so if you think of anybody who can benefit from this topic, do let the people in your surrounding or share the link and all this sort of thing. Now, as Brainciti, we do a lot of things. We are a positive, if I have to put it, is a positive mindset community wherein
Yes,
we
do you
focus
have
on.
the link of the Canva?
I don't have it handy, but I can do it without that.
Okay, perfect.
So as Brainciti, we do a lot of things in terms of running the 5 a.m. club, that is about waking up early in the morning at 5 a.m. and doing events like gratitude journaling, affirmations, to-do lists, and all this sort of thing. We run evening shows wherein we interview people. We have a mastermind community that is about waking up, that is about habit tracking and discipline building. So there's a group of people who come together, decide on their vision board, purpose of life, how and what they can achieve. If they have a goal set, they know what to do on a daily basis, and that's all we do. And as part of this series, we have been doing 100 days, 100 speakers. It's conversation show every single day at 5:30 p.m. Dubai time and 7 p.m. India time. We have interesting conversations with different coaches from all around the world. Now, today we have someone really special joining us on day 100, episode 99. Now, today's speaker is a motivational speaker, and the topic that he's going to be speaking about is live fully, die empty. Like, the topic itself is so intriguing. So I'm very much excited to get into conversation with Subhashish. So over to you, Subhashish, to take us. What do you exactly mean by live fully, die empty? It's about living in the present and how and what people who are in the show and who are watching us on YouTube can benefit from us. Over to you.
Thank you, gentlemen. So nice for a good introduction. So, well, at the outset, a warm welcome to everyone. Though I've been introduced, still I would like to reintroduce myself. I am Subhashish Ghoshal. I am a motivator, thinker, writer, speaker, and a life coach. Recently, my maiden book was published named I Won, you too can. So with these words, I welcome all who made a conscious choice today to listen to my speech. I assert I'll not disappoint anyone. I have very selected, very chosen topics I have, and they are very enlightening. So today I am here with a mission to set ablaze a few hearts and infuse strength in them. So embark with me on a life-changing adventure today. In the beginning, I have a few questions for all. And that question you need not to reply. It is a food for thought. You need to ponder on it. Questions are, what is the mission of your life? First question. Second question is, how would you like to be known once you take a physical exit from this material world? That is, what will be your posthumous image? My third question, are you waiting for prosperity to come and knock your door, or you're only ready to make yourself prosperous? My fourth question, are you efficiently fighting the battle of bed by putting your mind over the mattress, or simply lie there with a sense of emptiness flooding through your body? My fifth question, do you cherish positive thoughts or always dwell in negativity? What kind of a person you are? Do you frequently talk about the failures, faults, mistakes, and see the worst in others, or you love to speak with positive people and rouse the mediocre attain glorious heights? My last question, do you read books? Last, when did you pick up a pen and write something from your mind? These are food for thoughts. You may think on it while I am on my journey to present you some very enlightening things. Motivation is energy. Friends, my core subject, my admiration, my love is for motivation since very long. I sleep, I eat, I dream motivation. Do you know why? Because this subject is very close to my heart. Despite knowing that myriads are speaking on this particular subject effectively, efficiently, and authoritatively, still I have chosen it because it is my hunches, it is my inner calling. So my first point, a takeaway point you can take, one must pursue his intent in life, his inner callings, his hunches. Motivation is the only tool, the only device, an instrument that empowers, that strengthens, that energizes one from inside. And I'm sure you all will agree to this fact. I read in a book once that when one fails, he gains experience. But when one fails multiple times, he becomes a motivational speaker. And this statement is correct to the last decimal as far as I am concerned. I have failed innumerable times in my life. I always wanted to be a motivational speaker, and this was my intense craving, my desire. But I experienced there is no shortcut to distinction in life. Hence, it took me 3 decades to reach where I am today. In all these years, I passed through several vicissitudes, several vagaries of life, several precariousness of life. I experienced situation in life that at one point crippled me, paralyzed me, incapacitated me, but I overcame. I overcame all, I surmounted all, and did not allow anything to ride on me. So when I say that I am a motivational speaker, then the fundamental thing expected of me is enthusiasm, is cheerfulness, is the current ignition in me. And all these has to be inherent part. One cannot fake cheerfulness. One cannot fake enthusiasm. Remember, another point I tell you, very important, people seldom listen to others talk. They listen to their body language. If the body language is in perfect harmony with the audience, then every spoken word will be absorbed. So what is inside you, only that comes out. Life is inside out and not outside in. If my inside is vapid, dispirited, then even if I try, I cannot hide it. People will make out from my body language. What can you expect out of a depressed person other than depression? What can you expect from a weak person other than weakness? Same, what do you expect out of a failure other than hopelessness? In the same manner, a successful person spreads radiance around with the belief that others could benefit from it and become stronger. So, dear friend, today I am here not in the capacity of a trainer or a teacher or a preacher or an instructor, but solely as a stranger. Prior to today, no one was aware of me. My name, how do I look like, how do I present, nothing was known about me. So I am here as a stranger. And as a stranger, I insist you to look inside. I remember a beggar had been sitting by the roadside for over 20 years. One day, a stranger walked by. The beggar, holding out his cap, asked for some change. The stranger said, I have nothing to give you, and moved forward. But suddenly something struck to the stranger and he moved back to the beggar and said, what is that you are sitting on? The beggar said, nothing, just an old box, and I had been sitting on it for as long as I can remember. The stranger asked, have you ever looked inside? Beggar said, no, but what is the point? There is nothing in there, I know. Stranger insisted, have you ever looked inside? If not, then please open it. The beggar somehow managed to open the lid of the old box, and with astonishment, with disbelief, with elation, he saw that the box was filled with gold. The box was filled with gold, and for the last 20 years, he was begging, asking money from each passerby. Can you believe? I was also sitting like that beggar for over 20 years of my life, doing same things in repetition, day in and day out. I was cribbing, I was criticizing, discouraged, depressed, and looking outside to seek inspiration and encouragement, which I never received from anyone. Then suddenly, a stranger appeared in my life and asked me to look inside, and everything changed in my life. There was a paradigm shift. I discovered my gold mine. Do you know who was that stranger in my life who changed everything? In my case, the stranger was a small book. Yes, a small book which I discovered while cleaning a bookshelf in mid-90s. Reading used to be my last priority those days. Hence, I very reluctantly, casually opened the book from the center and read a few lines. Later, flicked pages very randomly. The paragraphs that I read created a turbulence in me. The fiery words set ablaze my heart. I have noted down a few words Few lines for you people. First statement, you gain nothing by becoming cowards. Taking a step backward, you do not avoid any misfortune. You have cried to all gods, has misery ceased? The God come to help you only when you have succeeded. Second line, never think there is anything impossible for the soul. It is the greatest sin, the greatest heresy. Third line, whatever you think that you will be. If you think yourself weak, weak you will be. If you think yourself strong, strong you will be. Fourth line, be bold. Even if you are not, look bold. There is no humility in timidity. Last, failure is not a crime, but low aim is. Reading those fiery words, I experienced the first vibration, the first tremor inside my body that compelled me to restart, reinvent, rebuild myself. And I literally felt the current, creation of current inside me. That day, I realized that there has to be an inner craving, inner desire to scale heights. And if that craving, that desire is missing, then no power below or above the earth can help you rise high in life. Remember, a stranger knocks each and everybody's door. It is you who will have to recognize and the knock and wake up. It may knock you as a beggar, a book, a relative, a colleague, an event, a movie, a teacher, anything it could be. It can come in any shape. Everything is inside you. But unfortunately, we seek for things outside us. Life is inside out and not outside in. From here, I go to my next slide. Do you know that we all pay a heavy price to live our life? Yes, our life comes at the cost of worry, fear, anxiety, tension, and the list is endless. I completed 5 decades in this planet called Earth. And in all these years, I experienced umpteen worries. In general, my worries were like examination worry, pass or fail worry in the earlier days, admission worry, job worry, promotion worry, marriage worry, children and family worry. Then at one point, these worries shifted to my physical appearance, my baldness, wrinkles, graying of hairs, worry of ailment, old age worry, fear of death, etc., etc., etc. Innumerable, list is endless. In retrospect, when I analyzed all my past worries, I realized that 99% of my worries did not happen at all in my life. But I was worrying religiously and perpetually as if worrying was worship. Why do people worry? People think that by worrying, or people worry because they think something bad will happen or could happen to them. So they think that if they start worrying at the early stages, then probably they would be able to prevent it from happening or catch it early. It doesn't happen that way. Life is like a pendulum. Life is absolutely like a pendulum. At one point, you are blessed with gain, with fame, praise, happiness. On the other point, you have sorrow, you have hope, you have despair, and like that. So, life swings between joy and sorrow, hope and despair, good and bad, agony and ecstasy. That is what life is. By worrying, things never have improved in life. It worsens and has serious impact on our health. In addition, a person who is perpetually worried creates an unhealthy atmosphere at home, in the office, and in the society in general. Get rid of your worries by making a list of it. If you are worrying, some worry come to your mind, make a list. What are my today's worry? Analyze them. You will find there are two types of worries. One is productive worry, another one is unproductive worry. When I was to go to Germany, I was not getting my visa for long, but eventually I received it. So my worry vanished. It was a productive worry because it was short term. Then comes long-term worries. Like unproductive worries are like you start thinking that you may get a serious ailment is unproductive worry. Or you start thinking that you will soon lose your job is unproductive worry. Or you start thinking that the earth will collapse soon is unproductive worry. So this is not going to happen. But still, some people think and they worry. In life, expect the unexpected and never take things for granted. This will reduce your worries drastically. Another talisman I'll give. If you are a perpetual worrier, then fix up 30 minutes each day for worry. That means you fix in your mind that instead of worrying the whole day, I shall worry in that allotted 30 minutes between 10 a.m. and 10:30 a.m. I shall worry. This way, your worries would disappear slowly and there is no need to worry. That's what I say. So keep calm, do your job, and that will reduce. And in case there is a worry, as I said, make a list of it, work on it, it will vanish. Here I move on to my next slide. Ever thought of increasing your value by investing in yourself? Do you know what is common in all wealthy people around the globe? I know some of you will say their early morning habits. Others may say they walk like hell. Yet others will have views like they are proactive, they have a good fitness regimen, a good diet regimen, good discipline, etc. I have very minutely studied the habits of successful people and found that they are the people who constantly upgrade themselves. They invest in self-education. Can you think of one person who is extremely successful from his or her college degree? I can't. If at all they are very selected. A school certificate, a graduation degree, post-graduation degree, or any other certificate are mere piece of papers. Formal education will definitely make a living for you. Self-education will make a fortune for you. Build a fortune and not a mere living. Invest in yourself is the perfect way to achieve a better quality life. Invest in yourself does not always mean monetary investment, but I'm talking of intangible investments like increase in knowledge, increase in willpower, correspondence skills, conversation skill, self-confidence, positive attitude, and there are many such. Most important is the company that you keep. That has to be good. Your friends has to be good. Your whosoever you talk to, from there you must gain something. One instance I'll share. After completing my honors in chemistry and thereafter my post-graduation, I settled for a job in R&D. Then as in a analytical and testing laboratory. Then as a medical representative. It took me 19 years to reach the position of deputy manager marketing from the level of a representative. It was then when I realized that I have to increase my value. I have to upgrade myself. I have to stretch myself beyond. And I started self-educating myself. How and what did I do? I started reading books. Books are like Bible. Enhanced my vocabulary. I made a copy. Vocabulary and their sentences. I ameliorated my written and spoken English. And those small changes made every day brought a colossal change in me in a decade's time. So it is self-education that is very, very, very important in life. I will now, since time is, we started little late. So I'll suggest here that raise your bar to the next level. Invest in yourself. Value your time. Remember, staying busy without progress is absolutely futile. So here I come to the next slide. We must thank God that life is not easy. Yes, life has its challenges, bottlenecks, dangers. Think of a situation when life was without any challenge, without any struggle, without any hurdle, and each day was lovely, each day was fluffy, easy. Then could we get any stronger? Would not we get bored soon? Struggle, danger, challenges are nothing but sign of life. If they are, then we are. Without problems, we are nothing but mortals. I'll give one incident. A great motivational speaker reached to address a large gathering. He waved his hands and said, "You all appear to be in a peaceful state of mind." Everybody said, "Yes." Then he said, "If anybody has any problem, any trouble, may raise his hands." Umpteen hands went up. Then he said, "How many of you want to get rid of problems forever?" Almost everyone raised hands. Nobody wants any problem. Then the speaker said that while he was on his way to the congregation, he had to stop at one place, and there he found that everyone was in a peaceful mood. It appeared that no one had any problem there. Then he loudly said, "How many of you would like to visit that serene and tranquil place which was free from any trouble, problem, and live there?" Almost everybody raised their hands. Speaker said, "You all will be happy to note that place is only 1 kilometer away from here, and it is a cemetery. And there you will find many people in a peaceful mood without any problem. They are in a totally relaxed posture." Then he asked the audience, "How many of you would like to go there?" Now each and every hand was deep inside the pocket. Then the speaker said that problem or struggle is a part of our life. As long as we are alive, struggle will remain with us. When there is no problem, no struggle, then we will also not live. Problem, struggles are the sign of life. Further, he said that if problem starts declining, then remember your time is near, and anytime God will come and call you. Better is to sit down on the floor, pray to God. "God, you have lost all trust in me. If not, then load me with problems." Because problem struggles are inherent part of human life. So never mind struggles in life. Never pray for shelters from danger. Rather pray to face dangers fearlessly. Here I come to my next slide. Do you want to win the battle of life? Then burn your ship. Sorry. A great warrior prepared his army and armaments, loaded them on a ship, and started his voyage. He was completely, fully ready to take head-on his enemy troop. But just before he was about to leave the shore, he learned something that would leave anybody defeated, crushed, and beaten. He learned from a reliable source that the strength of his enemy's army was huge and powerful. When I say huge, means it was more than double his army strength. Even after knowing this, he did not stop and sailed towards the enemy destination. After he reached the destination, he unloaded his army, he unloaded his armaments, asked them to wait at the shore. Meanwhile, he ordered to burn the ship that had carried them. While the ship was burning, his army personnel were watching, horror-struck, terrified, and shocked. The great warrior, then addressed them. He said to his soldiers, "Do you see the ship in flames? That means we cannot leave these shores unless we win. We are left with only one choice today, either win or perish." You know what happened to the battle? They won. Yes, they won. They were victorious despite the fact that the enemy troop was huge and powerful. Each individual willing to win the battle of life must burn his ship. What does burn of ship means? It means cut off all sources of retreat, cut off all sources to back out, cut off all sources of your security net, cut out of your comfort zone, cut off all sources to withdraw, and you will be winner. I burnt my ship at the age of 43. Can you believe at that age of 43, I was still a starter, still a beginner, absolute at the rock bottom of my career? It was at that point when I decided to risk everything, my secure job, my career, my family, future of my growing children, my social status, my self-esteem, my peace of mind, everything. Everything was put at stake just on one ground, that I will grow. I will make it to the top. I will have unabated growth. I will live life in my own style. And I made it happen for myself. Never be scared of change. Have the guts to jump into the unknown. Sail your ship in a turbulent sea rather than in a smooth sea. Smooth seas do not make a skillful sailor. Either change or perish. Now I come to the next slide. The slide that at the very outset, I had asked a few questions. I'll just take up because they are very interesting. How would you like to be known when you take a exit from this world? What will be your posthumous image? Yes, I'll tell you. Would you like to be known as someone who did something for himself and also for the mankind? Or do you want to die with the fame of an ordinary, dull, weak, dependent, superstitious person? When I asked this question to myself, I made it a point that I would prefer a short life of glory than a long life to show gray hairs. I decided to make my place on earth. I started working on my strengths and gave birth to a book named I Won, You Too Can. Today, I give free lectures to schools, just in case I'm able to uplift and transform a few minds. Hope. Everyone knows the name of Sir Alfred Nobel, who created the Nobel Prizes. After knocking his fortune, his entire wealth, do you know why? Why did he knock off his entire fortune? Alfred Nobel was the man who invented ballistite. It is used in army. He also invented dynamite. It is used in quarrying, construction, and in demolition industry. Why did he decide to give away his enormous fortune? Listen to this story, very interesting. Alfred Nobel had an elder brother named Ludwig Nobel, who died in France out of heart attack. The newspaper agency mistakenly reported the death of Alfred Nobel instead of Ludwig Nobel. Problem was not this. Problem was the bigger mistake, I'll say, the news agencies made was writing the special obituary column. The title of the column was "The Merchant of Death is Dead." In the obituary column, it was written specifically that this man became rich by inventing explosives that mutilated and killed people. Though the error was later corrected, but by the time Alfred Nobel already tasted the unpalatable experience of a hurting, wounding obituary, Alfred Nobel was horrified. He thought, is this my posthumous image? This is how I am going to be remembered after my death? He reviewed his inner thoughts and decided to give away all his fortune. He created 5 awards on physics, chemistry, medicine, peace, literature. Economics was later added. He transformed his posthumous image from Merchant of Death to Alfred Nobel Prize. It is time we review our posthumous image. Discover your coming to this planet. Bring yourself to limelight. Don't die with repentance. Don't die with the remorse, knowing that nothing could be achieved in this life. Each one of us are born with some talent. Just remember that. And that is very important. So take a vow today that you will work on your posthumous image and leave an indelible impression on this earth. My second question was, do you wait for prosperity to come and knock your door? Or you go all out and make yourself prosperous? Are you waiting patiently for prosperity to come? Then take my words, you will die waiting, but prosperity will never knock your door. It never comes of its own. Your best efforts are completely wasted thinking that something will happen to your life that will make you prosperous. It is simply an illusion. It is a haze in this greedy, self-centered, vicious world where people are omni-ready with a dagger to knock you down. They are waiting to rip you apart. In such a place, progress by others is a distant dream. So try that you make your own progress yourself. By complaining, blaming, nothing will work. No one pays any heed to individuals who constantly and perpetually criticize, complain about others. The world is a great gymnasium where we all have come to make ourselves strong. Strength never comes from winning. It comes from struggle. Pave your way to progress. Blaze your own path. Build your own empire. Be unstoppable. Progress will always involve risk in life. Taking chances is the key to success. I remember I waited, as I mentioned earlier also, for 19 years for things to happen, but it never happened. I made it happen. So this life is yours. You are the master. Steer your ship and come out as a winner. So this is the reply for prosperity. My next question, are you efficiently fighting the battle of bed or not? First thing, to wake up early in the morning is a great sign. It shows that you are profoundly motivated and wish to lead a happy life. It also shows that you are excited about the day. Getting up early is the biggest gift that you can give it to yourself. Amongst the few disciplines that have the power to transform everything and transform your life, early rising is foremost. So it gives you one quiet hour for yourself. So give a week, a few weeks, in case it has not been transformed, give a few weeks to yourself and get up early. It is going to change your life. My next is live fully. I'm coming to my last slide. Most people don't live up to the mark. They die with the music still on inside them. They rust out rather than wear out. What is living fully means? Living fully. If you want to live fully, then live in the moment. If you want to live fully, then create yourself. If you want to live fully, then don't expect anything from anybody. If you want to live fully, then be a giver and not a taker. If you want to live fully, then be sincere and truthful. If you want to live fully, then never compromise on values. If you want to live fully, then be kind to others. Continuing with this, once in a business meeting, a director asked the audience, what do you think is the most valuable land on the earth? Someone replied, the gold mines of South Africa. A few others replied, oil fields in Middle East. Director then said that the most valuable land in the world is the graveyard, this cemetery, where countless people sleep. When those countless breathed their last, music was still on in them. You know why? Because they never lived fully. They died loaded. They died burdened. Choose to die empty. Choose to die empty. In the graveyard are buried countless unwritten novels, countless business which never launched, countless unreconciled relationships, countless players, authors, architects, singers, speakers, and many others. They all thought that whatever they started with, they would complete it tomorrow, and then again tomorrow, then again tomorrow, and one day their tomorrow ran out. I want to know that if I lay my head down tonight and don't wake up tomorrow, what will be my fate? A few relatives of mine will come and complete the last rites and continue with their job. But I will die with all the valuable things, my creativity, my thoughts, my plans, everything behind me. Hence, die empty and unleash your best work. I remember in America, someone stenciled on the wall, before I die, I want to, at the top of the wall, and created dozens of spaces with the words like this in grids across the surface. Yes, yes. So a few chalks were also kept to fill in the blanks. After doing this, he waited to see the response, simultaneously thinking, would people participate? Would even anyone notice it? But he did not have to wonder for long. The installation was an immediate hit. As neighborhood residents, passerby filled it with their hopes, dreams, aspirations. Some of the contributions were personal and some were impersonal. A few wrote like, before I die, I want to sing for millions. Before I die, I want to write a book. Before I die, I want to tell my mother that I love her. Before I die, I want to help someone. So likewise, such many things were written, like before I die, I want to visit places of my interest. Such is the kind of music that flows in each and every one of us. and in each and every corner of the earth. Our days are numbered, they are finite, and someday they will run out. This is an indisputable fact. Still, we live with an stubborn illusion to do today's work tomorrow. It is a lie. We need to live with a sense of urgency about the work we have at hand. We have a unique contribution to make to the world. So avoid comfort and avoid it as far as possible to make significant impact. Plant seeds today for a harvest later. Finally, what actually die empty means? If you have an idea, perform it. If you have a goal, then
Achieve it.
Yeah, achieve it. So no one else can make your contribution for you. So start it from today and commit today that you will be stretching yourself beyond your present bounds and force yourself to grow. Get started. Today is the day. So live fully and die empty.
Yeah.
Thanks to Brainciti. Thanks to everyone for your patient listening. And please, now it's open. Let's say you showed me the book. Yes.
Yes.
This is a great book. This is a great book.
Yes, great book, really. No
Wonderful
doubt about
book.
it.
Wonderful book.
Thank you so much, Subhashi, for such a wonderful session. So what I'll do
Thank you.
is can you please stop sharing the screen?
Yeah, just 1 minute. Just 1 minute. Hide. Sharing.
Okay, can you see my screen?
Yeah, I can see it.
Okay, thank you so much, Subhashi, for a wonderful session. And sorry, guys, I'm down with fever today, and Anna was also out for the starting that happened. But it was a wonderful session. I listened, and it's really nice. Like, before you die, live your life. It's very important. And every moment you live. So every moment you have an opportunity to live your life, to change your life, and give your best. So, with that note, thank you so much, Subhashi, for a wonderful session. And I would just do a stop sharing now. Now, everybody can start asking the question and answers.